What's going on, guys? It's Jimmy here. Welcome to our daily show where we discuss everything going on here in our country that you need to know about here on a daily basis, including your money, investing, the stock market, the fourth stimulus package update, and stimulus check update. If you haven't subscribed to our YouTube channel yet, make sure to click the subscribe button down below right now so you don't miss out on new videos. I will keep you up to date here with everything. Also, thanks so much for hitting the like button for us down below. And it's official, well, at least according to Wells Fargo here on Bloomberg, that the US recession is already here. We are back in a recession. Yeah, as you can see here, the headline, US recession is already here. We're back in a recession already. Yeah, so the pandemic came, we were in a recession. We had come out briefly, and now we are back in a recession. Different analyst groups vary on this, but according to Wells Fargo, one of the largest analyst groups here in the United States, say we are already in a recession. Yeah, you could see here, there's no need to fret about the timing of a US recession anymore, according to Wells Fargo Investment Institute, because we are already in one. Yeah, they say the US is entering into a recession here now in the second half of the year amid inflation that's faster and more broad based than expected, weakening consumer sentiment, and corporations flagging a shift in spending. The forecast differs than just a month ago when the group saw a mild recession and not until the end of this year, but has now moved up the timing and the severity of it to moderate. So, even worse than they had expected previously. Yeah, and this comes as the US growth for the economy, the US GDP, fell an estimated 1.6% in the first quarter. So US growth is actually negative in the United States. And real time data for the Federal Reserve Bank of Atlanta sees a drop of similar magnitude in the 3 months that just ended here in June 30th. So that would mean that the US would actually be in a technical recession. So it's really kind of strange. The unemployment numbers just came out. We actually added a lot of jobs here. I'll show you here in a second. And so unemployment numbers are great. It's still at 3.6%. We added a lot of jobs yet again. And yet, US GDP growth for the economy is negative, but yet the government is bringing in record amounts of tax dollars. The states are bringing in record amounts of tax dollars. They're flush with billions of dollars. The states are billions of dollars of tax dollars. In fact, we have all these different states that are sending out billions and billions and billions of dollars of record surplus tax rebates, stimulus checks. If you've been watching my channel here, we have, I think, around 20 different states now that have had that are sending out stimulus checks, tax rebate checks, property rebate checks, pausing their gas taxes, all sorts of different things because the states are flush with cash and also flush with stimulus money from the last stimulus package. Remember, the $350 billion went out to the states from the last stimulus package. So they have that money and they're bringing in more tax revenue, but yet US GDP is growing negative. It's kind of, it almost doesn't make sense. It almost doesn't make sense. But this is the problem here is that right now it's more people have gone back to work, but people are spending less because of the price of gas, because of the price of inflation, because of the price of food. So people are almost forced, more people are forced to go back to work. More people are forced to pick up second jobs. Some people are forced to come out of retirement and get jobs when they would have maybe stayed in retirement. And the falling stock market has forced people to say, I may need to go get a job because maybe my retirement funds have dropped more than I expected here recently. People that were invested in crypto have seen that collapse. So basically, people's savings, people's nest eggs have just have fallen more than expected. And also remember that about 50%, so about 50% of people have retirement funds, nest eggs, investments when they go into retirement. And then the other 50% of people have no retirement, which is obviously worse. So the other 50% of people that go into retirement have basically nothing. They have Social Security. And the problem with that is Social Security was designed to be a supplement to whatever else you had. The problem is that 50% of people go into retirement with nothing else but Social Security. Yes, so that presents a huge problem here, and well, really always has. We go back to the Great Depression back at the end of the 20s and the 30s. There was no Social Security. Imagine how bad things were then. And it almost feels like we're in a new version of the Great Depression. We have the pandemic, we have inflation now, and everything just kind of going on here today. And we have a new bill in Congress right now to raise Social Security benefits by $2,400 per year. And it would also, there's several different provisions in this bill. I'll link you. I've had several different videos on that here recently. If you're subscribed to my channel and you get notifications, you'll see I'm doing video updates on that every time I get new information, new snippets of it, new video clips of it. I'm updating you guys on progress of that, information on that. On the Social Security raise of that. There's a couple different provisions on that. One of the provisions of that bill is also to lower or I'm sorry, raise the floor of what Social Security would pay out there as well. And that is 125% of the federal poverty level, which comes out to $1,415 a month. Let me make sure that's correct here in my notes. Yes, that is correct. $1,415 per month would be the floor, would be the minimum that would go out to Social Security per month. And everybody under it depends on how they would pass that. And I don't want to promise anything because they haven't passed this yet. Um, so that would be, I think that would be for Social Security. But the $200 per month, $2,400 per year, that could go out to everybody under Social Security, SSI, and SSDI, included VA, RRB survivors. So there's a couple different provisions here on the $2,400 per year raise, and also the floor, the raise for everybody that is under the Social Security umbrella here as well. I've had several different videos here on that recently. I'll link you to one of the most recent videos here at the end of that video. Um, but that's kind of the tale here of what's going on here with the economy is that U.S. growth, U.S. GDP is negative. And we now have analyst firms and major banks that kind of do this saying we're officially in a recession yet again. So even though unemployment is historically low, almost at a 50-year low, 3.6%, the 50-year low would be 3.5%. And because all these people have gone back to work, states and the federal government are taking in record amounts of income tax and sales tax and tax money. US GDP growth is actually negative because people are not spending as much because of inflation. And it's really strange. It's actually kind of mind-boggling, really. You could see here, yeah, you could see here the Washington Post reports here that the jobs report fuels the White House optimism that the recession will be averted. Ugh, I yeah. So the White House is optimistic that a recession will be averted when a lot of economists and analyst firms saying The recession's already here, guys. The recession's already here. GDP is already negative. How could we not be in a recession? But the new jobs report, so this is where it's kind of hard to figure this stuff out because jobs report is really good. Yeah, it's the strong jobs report and new wage data give the administration a boost after months of brutal economic headlines. President Biden and his top surrogates, it's a strange term to use there, have argued for months that economic growth and hiring are strong enough to overcome the Federal Reserve's moves to raise interest rates, which they have to do to help curb inflation. That narrative has been viewed skeptically by many economists and Wall Street analysts who are basically saying it's already here. But the Labor Department has reported here that 372,000 new jobs were created in June, while the unemployment rate held at 3.6, close to one of the lowest rates ever. Yeah. So the White House stresses that it's too soon to declare victory because, well, it is too soon to declare victory. And the central bank is expected to continue to try to cool off the economy with more rate hikes, especially coming here in July. Meanwhile, we have more and more states that continue to help out their people here with their share of the surplus money and the stimulus money and just their share of the money here. You can see here, show me the money. $200 relief checks from a $5.5 million pot are being sent to thousands of people. Will you qualify, or who is here who qualifies for this one? Yeah, this is for older Americans, seniors. Let me zoom this in here. Older Americans will get some relief as $200 payments are set to be issued by the end of this year. Lawmakers in Onondaga County, I might be saying that right, New York, have approved a plan that will send seniors the money that struggled to pay their bills during the pandemic, reports WRVO Public Media. The relief payments are expected to cost $5.5 million. When we're looking at the cost of everything going up, there's not a lot of flexibility, even if they give them a bump in Social Security, said Peggy Chase, the chairwoman of Health and Human Services Committee. The payments are expected to be $5.5 million, which will be funded by the county's reported $200 million cash balance. What are the qualifications? As long as you're enrolled in the Enhanced Star Property Tax Exemption for the 2022-2023 school year, then you qualify for a $200 check. A homeowner must be 65 years of age or older, and income must not exceed $92,000. Forms are available to download online for the STAR exemption, so check that out. Also, new $750 direct payments available as pandemic relief with a deadline soon. Here's how many days are left to claim. Yeah, eligible Minnesota frontline workers have just 2 weeks left to apply for a one-time payment of $750. Minnesota Governor Tim Walz signed off on the $500 million package earlier this year. Yeah, applications are only open until July 22nd here. So if you know anybody that qualifies for either of these programs, share this video with them. There's a share button down below, and you can copy the link and share to anybody you know here that might need to qualify for these to give them the information or subscribe to the channel. Eligible workers who worked during the height of the pandemic can apply online. The website is dli.mn.gov/toolkit. In order to qualify for the checks, frontline workers must not have worked 120 hours or must have worked 120 hours between March 2020 and June 30th, 2021. And with this week coming up, we're going to have a lot of it's going to really be a really big week here for Congress. As the president just had that executive order. I'm going to be covering a lot here this week. I'm going to have a big stimulus update for you. I'm going to try to gather as many states as I can together here. I'll try to do a couple big videos for you. There's a lot going on here with the abortion and women's choice going on here. There's going to be a lot of that going on here this week. There's really a lot of battling over that here as well, and gun safety, and the Build Back Better going on here this week as well, as they're trying to vote on that here in July. So there's really a lot going on here. I'll keep you up to date here with everything going on here in our country. If you haven't subscribed to our YouTube channel yet, make sure to click the subscribe button down below. It's completely free to do so. And then click the bell icon down below that appears next to the subscribe button so you get notifications when we go live and you don't miss out on new videos every day at 10 a.m., 3 p.m., and 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. You can click here to watch my newest video next. And here is some other states that are getting stimulus checks here going out here soon. So click on one of those videos next. Thanks for watching, guys, and I'll see you in the next video.